you actually use the level of protein in the urine as a.
And what you see when you look over, they call it a heat map, meaning the hotter things are, GFR function super duper quick.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopathic Dr. Fiona Chin, co-founder of the Kidney Disease Solution and head formulator at Hygenesis. And I am joined again today by the amazing Jessianna Seville. So I'm going to hand over to you, Jessianna, but let's just start with, what is protein in the urine? What is that? Why is that something that people might want to know about?
It's a good question. Now, most of us don't think about our urine very much other than just hydration, right? How dark is it? Am I hydrated or dehydrated?
Yeah.
Until you get kidney disease, and then suddenly your urine becomes very indicative of either how your kidney disease is going or what's changing or whatever. People are like, my urine is bubbly, my urine is different, and I'm getting urine tests. And what do those mean? Proteinuria, or protein in the urine, is a really incredibly important marker if you have kidney disease to pay attention to. The reason why it is, and it's just protein in your urine. So our kidneys are this beautiful filter. They are an amazing filter in our body. But when one of the things that they hold on to and that they help balance that they can help balance is protein levels. And so
Mm.
when our kidneys start becoming inflamed, and I wish I had a good diagram to show you this, but some of the protein that is in the bloodstream, it starts kind of leaking out of the kidney structures into the urine. And so people then will have protein in their urine, which is a very bad sign. If you have
Mm.
protein in your urine, you definitely have some active inflammation going on in the kidneys, and you're causing inflammation too, because protein in the urine will cause that as well as be a sign of it.
Yeah. And you were saying before, and maybe we'll dig into this, that, because often people are looking at EGFR and creatinine levels as markers or hallmark markers of how their kidney function is. But you were saying to me, and I sort of had heard this and I'd sort of forgotten about it, that you actually use the level of protein in the urine as a marker to determine how aggressive, active kidney disease actually is. So do you want to just talk a little bit more about that for people, so that people realize that it's not, it's not EGFR, creatinine. You're sort of looking at it as protein in the urine, and then maybe those guys underneath as tests.
Mhm. Yeah. No, this is actually a really, really important piece to understand. So GFR and creatinine are where it seems like a lot of decisions are made. And so it's where a lot of people hang their hat as far as, my kidney disease is bad, my kidney disease is okay, it's getting worse, it's getting better, is they put their hook on GFR and creatinine. And while those trends definitely teach you something, protein in the urine is very compelling to use as a marker. KDIGO, which is the International Kidney Guidelines, they have something called a heat map. And the heat map has two parameters on it. One is your GFR, and this is a staging, like what stage are you and how fast will you progress. So one of the parameters is your GFR. And then the other parameter is how much protein is in your urine. And what you see when you look over, they call it a heat map, meaning the hotter things are, the more likely you are to progress. So you'll see it goes from like green to yellow to red on this chart. And people that have more protein in their urine, you see it very clearly, they're going to progress faster to end stage kidney failure. So, for example, just give you an example why this is important. If you have stage 3 kidney disease and you don't have any protein in your urine, you are not at a high risk of progressing quickly. And, maybe you just stay at stage 3 for like 40 years versus someone who's stage 3 and has a lot of protein in their urine.
Mm.
They could progress down to end stage kidney failure. I mean, they'll just drop GFR function super duper quick. And so that protein in the urine is a really critical marker of determining how fast your kidney function is potentially going to decline. Some of the papers that I've read on this highly encourage, and I would say that this is a gold standard marker for sure. When studies are done on kidney function with any intervention, that proteinuria and or albuminuria, that those things should be looked at as a critical endpoint in the study, because it's so much more exact or precise about what's going on as opposed to just GFR and creatinine. So it's for any patient, right? It's really important that you understand where you are. Do I have a lot of protein in my urine? Do I not have a lot of protein in my urine? Like, where am I at on this, like on this spectrum? Because it can give you, and not only can it give you a good marker of tracking how your interventions are giving you success, but also can give you an idea on how fast you might be progressing.
If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. Same on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or all over those platforms. And make sure that you hit subscribe. That way you'll get notified anytime we put up new content. All right, everybody. Thanks for being part of our community. Thanks again, Jessianna.
Okay.
We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, bye.